Foxhearts, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Denise from Chaos in the Enchanted Forest. And today I'm sitting here with my laptop and you all because we have an exciting thing to do. Today is the day we will be talking about all the book picks for my middle grade book club, A Pinch of Mischief. This year we will be doing a book by month. So we will be reading in January, March, May, July, September, and November. However, we might add books. I really enjoyed the Advent book, reading that with you all. So I know I'm not the only one. We will probably add an Advent book in December. However, I would like to do another thing in the other months. I don't think we can start in February as I had planned because I'm way behind on my preparations for that one. But I still would like to make it happen this year. So I'm keeping the space for it because I don't know what's going to happen with the nerve, right? So I don't know how many live shows a month I can do. So I think this is the most sensible thing to do for me. So on the Discord we had a suggestions channel and you all put your suggestions in of books, middle grade books that you would like to read. I took out all the books I already read and I took out all the books that were not middle grade that were suggested. And then we had a vote. So these 6 books are the books that just got the highest votes. And if that book was part of a series, we are reading every book that is out in the series. All 3 books had the exact same vote and all 3 turned out to be in a series. So we will be reading 3 duologies this year. First up in January is Foxheart by Claire Legrand, and I did not know this existed, so I'm very excited. It is one of you guys picked. And it says orphan, thief, witch. And that got me excited. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'll read it. I'll read it with you. 12-year-old Quicksilver lives as a thief in the sleepy town of Willow on the river. Her only companions are her faithful dog and partner in crime, Fox and Slyboots, the shy boy who lets her live in the attic when it's too cold on the rooftop. It's a lonesome life, but Quicksilver is used to being alone. When you are alone, no one can hurt you. No one can abandon you. Then one day, Quicksilver discovered that she can perform magic. Real magic. The kind that isn't supposed to exist anymore. Magic is forbidden. But Quicksilver nevertheless wants to learn more with real magic. She could become the greatest thief who ever lived. She could maybe even find her parents. What she does find, however, is much more complicated and surprising. This sounds really good, very interesting to me. Any witch story, I'm in. So this will be the first book we read. However, this is sort of a duology. There are 2 companion novels, both in the same world. And we decided to treat that as a duology. So we're reading them both. So we will be reading Thornlight by Claire Legrand in March because it is called Foxheart 2 on Goodreads. So apparently it's the second book. And I have read through the description because I was afraid it's gonna spoil anything. I don't think it will spoil anything. It does seem to be a proper, companion novel. It's gonna be in a different time, I feel like, and different characters. But if you don't want to hear the synopsis, just skip until the next book. I will try to make chapters in this, so you can do that. Centuries and centuries ago, the Phill was split in 2 in a war between witches. I'm in. Witches war. Yes, let's go. Ever since an evil darkness has been climbing out of the break, infecting everything it touches. The people of the Phill fight it with disc made of lightning and with an ancient spell. Bria Skystone is the youngest, most talented lightning harvester the Phill's ever seen. Her twin sister Torrin is a sensitive artist who's braver than even she knows. And young Queen Celestina Hightower is determined to be mender of the break, the last of her family to bear the weight of anchoring the spell, which really is more of a curse. As the darkness keeps coming, these three girls will each undertake their own perilous journey to try to save their home. And each quest reveals an electric surprise. Perhaps they have been fighting the wrong monster all along. It sounds great. There's magic, so I'm gonna be happy. Then in May, we start another one. This is the one I put on the list, so I'm very happy you all voted for it. I wish I could put this later in the year. However, the second book of the other series got released in September. And I hope this gives people more time to buy the books, because the second of this is also coming out this year. And because those books never release at the same time in every country, I want to make sure that you have at least a month to order the book before we're going to read it. So in May, we will be reading Shadowhall Academy. The first book is The Whispering Walls by Phill. I love Phill Hickes. He is the writer of Evelyn Jones. I enjoyed Evelyn Jones tremendously. They were all 5 stars. They're just very, very good. He can write eerie atmosphere the best. It's amazing. And these are spooky books. They are tagged as middle grade horror, which I love very much. I think Phill Hickes does that the best. And that's why I would have preferred to read this in September and November, but then we couldn't do the other books. So I will be spooky in May, no problem. The synopsis of this book is: Welcome to Shadowhall Academy, where spirits haunt the school halls, a brilliant spooky new series from author of Evelyn Jones. I heard a tapping noise right by my head, like there was someone in the wall trying to get my attention. When Lillian Jones starts at creepy, cold, and bewildering large Shadowhall Academy, she's nervous about making friends and finding her way around. But those turn out to be the least of her worries. When strange things that start happening at school, tapping in the walls, unsettling tales of missing students, and rumors that the school is haunted. When mysterious figures start appearing at night, looking exactly like the girls themselves, Lillian suspects there may be more to the bizarre happenings than just stories, and her school is hiding real secrets. Realizing her new friends could be in danger, Lillian sets out to solve the mystery of Shadowhall Academy once and for all. I love haunted schools, haunted houses, haunted everything. It sounds to me like a middle grade Dark Academia. So far, that's one of the 2 Dark Academias that I enjoyed was middle grade. So yeah, I'm very hyped for this one. Phill Hickes is one of my favorite authors, so he can do no harm. And then in July, we will read the second book, Ghost Story Society. However, from this, I am not gonna read the synopsis because this is definitely a direct sequel. So it will spoil stuff, probably. So we're not trying. We're just not gonna try that. But I am excited to read those. And Ghost Story Society sounds amazing. Then in September, we will be reading Impossible Creatures by Katherine Rundell. And I'm a tiny bit nervous about this one because Katherine Rundell hasn't been, and Katherine Rundell and I haven't gone through a door really well together yet. So her books always sounds amazing and then they never deliver for me. So we will see. I go in with low expectations, so that might be helpful. Because it does sound, again, really good. The day Christopher saved a drowning baby griffin from a hidden lake would change his life forever. It's the day he learned about the archipelago, a cluster of unmapped islands where magical creatures of every kind have thrived for thousands of years. Until now. And it's the day he met Mal, a girl on the run who desperately needs his help. Mal and Christopher embark on a wild adventure, racing from island to island, searching for someone who can explain why the magic is fading and why magical creatures are suddenly dying. They consult sphinxes, battle krakens, and negotiate with dragons, but the closer they get to the dark truth of what's happening, the clearer it becomes. No one else can fix this. If the archipelago is to be saved, Mal and Christopher will have to do it themselves. That does sound good. It is also tagged as dragons, so that's another point there. It sounds really good. And I'm very curious to read it with you all. In November, we will be reading the second book of this. It's called The Poisoned King, which is an incredible title. And this comes out at 11 September of this year. So I hope then we all have time enough to get it and read it in November. The dates for the live shows we will be voting on again in the Discord to make sure that most people can be there. I hope you all will join me in reading some incredible middle grades. I do think middle grades is for everyone, and we should read them more because they're very cozy and whimsical. And who doesn't need cozy whimsical books, right? So I hope you join me in this book club this year. If you like this video, please let me know down in the comments which book you're the most excited about this year. And if you want to see more caves from me, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds!